gentlemen, my name is Douglas Evans. I'm the co-host and co-creator of PokéCentre. On last episode, Calvin, Rowat, and myself were previewing a huge match that's going to take place in the Jedi division this week. And I had to come here and interview both participants in that match. I'm going to introduce them to you right now. To my right here, I have William Rowat. He's an A- ranked player here in the NCPL. He's played in 6 tournaments and he's currently tied for 4th in the Jedi division. And to my left, I have Kurp. He's played in 9 tournaments here in the NCPL, and he's a B-ranked player. And of course, as I just mentioned, it's a tie, so he's also tied for 4th in the Jedi division. We're going to get into what exactly that match means for these 2 players throughout the duration of this interview. But first, I just want to say thank you guys for participating in this, and I'm glad to have you here and excited to interview you both.
Yeah, good stuff. Good to be here.
Good to see you. Haven't seen this guy in like 5 years, so. Let's get into it right from the start. Tell me, how'd you guys meet?
Back in grade 5 in elementary school, I transferred here from northern BC and met Jared and became friends right away, and yeah, we've been off and on friends ever since. 12 years.
We're going to get into that, exactly. Tell me, Jared, from your perspective, what was it like in the early years of hanging out with William, being friends with William?
Well, it was a good friendship. There was a few ups and downs, but it was a lot of good times.
Yeah. Do you have any good times you'd like to share?
Back in elementary school, we used to walk to school together every morning, and I don't know, he was a bit of a weird guy, so I didn't really like hanging out with him in front of my school friends. So we'd walk to school, get to the front entrance, I'd be like, "Hey Jared, wait here," and I'd run ahead of him and go hang out with my friends, and he would come in on his own. So I thought that was a good time. I don't know.
That doesn't seem like a great time.
Like, so mostly downs and then ups in that friendship, yeah.
So why do you think you kept being friends with William after hearing a story like that?
Well, there's a lot of common interests that we had. We had a lot of, things in common, like video games and just a lot of things that I didn't really have in common with other people.
Sure. Well, let's talk about probably one of the biggest common interests you guys have had throughout the duration of your friendship. Of course, it's Pokemon, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Were you guys like trading cards and stuff back in the day as well?
Yeah, I started in elementary school with Pokemon cards, worked our way up into the games on the DS, and eventually we got into the 3DS, and we all kind of got in on the 3DS, like X and Y.
Yep.
Started ED training, me, Calvin, you, Jared, my sister, my mom, my cousin. We all started battling and evolved into this.
Yeah, pretty much if you look at it, that's kind of the grassroots of this group today. This kind of starts from that generation, right?
That's right.
Yeah. What do you guys remember about those, like, battling at that generation back then, X and Y, and prior to that? Like, what were your battles like back then?
I remember them being pretty wacky, but entertaining battles. Competitive, but...
And who would come on top of most of those battles?
I remember myself actually surprisingly being on top of those battles despite my rank.
Yeah?
I don't know. I had some pretty fair and balanced Aegislash sets I would run back in Gen 6 where he was fair and balanced.
Any comment to that?
That Aegislash still haunts me.
Fair enough. So let's look at, we just talked about how basically the X and Y generation of 3DS was the precursor for the NCPL. So now we have Season 1 of the NCPL, originally the Maple Ridge Competitive Battling League, and it was the annual draft tournament. There's a little bit of an asterisk in this tournament for yourself, William. Let's say, I don't know how many weeks you lasted, but you weren't really having the best start to the tournament, or a great tournament at all, and you kind of dropped out.
I just had a bit of a rough spot, had other things going on in my life that were more important to me. Nothing too major. I just really didn't have the time and the effort to really put into it, so I just stepped out and somebody stepped in for me.
Yeah, you took a very long hiatus from the group as well.
Yeah, just a busy time in my life.
Yeah. And Jared, even though William stepped out, you were kind of a little hit and miss. You stayed playing the tournament, even though you yourself did not have a great tournament, but you consistently kept playing the group. Why is that?
Well, I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't a quitter. I like completing my tournaments, and even if I lose the battle, still some experience that looks like actual experience has paid off for me.
Sounds like he's kind of calling out for being a quitter there.
No, well, call me what he wants. Other things are more important in life than Pokemon.
I guess we'll find out if you feel that same way towards the end of this interview. So, Jared, you played in a lot more battles than William, or a lot more tournaments, sorry. And because of that, you did compete with a lot of players, a lot of top-ranked players, the Seans, the Calvins. You do have that experience as well. You're kind of really battle-tested in this group. William, you came back and you've really rose up since your return to the NCPL. You've gotten better and better and better. Both of you guys keep getting better and better and better. And it's all coming to a head this week, week 5, in this tournament. You guys are going to meet. Now, I got to ask, I don't know if this is going to be a little too personal or not, but I got some insider information that, William, you wanted to draft Kartana in this tournament, and maybe Jared swiped it from you. What are your thoughts on that?
Previously, 2 weeks before we started doing the draft, because we're all in on it, and I was telling Jared I was really thinking a Nidoqueen and Kartana Kurp would be really strong, and I want to bring it this tournament. And 2 picks before me, he magically picks Kartana, completely destroying my draft.
At this time, I'm denying all accusations of picking Kartana or Nidoqueen in spite of you.
So you're saying there's no way that you picked those Pokemon and William, despite William wanting them.
That's correct.
So full of shit.
All right. So, looking now to this match, what does it mean for you to beat Jared?
It's just the usual. Just in like our previous battles in the tournament, I've always beat him. It's pretty easy. You know, I'm just a better player than Jared. My rank shows it. A-, B. He's kind of fallen, whereas I've kind of risen in all the tournaments. Continuously always making playoffs and beating top players. And Jared's just not quite at that level right now.
So before I ask your response to all that, I'm going to talk about one little nugget of information that you just provided there. You guys have been battling each other for so long, you've been friends for so long, but in the record books of the NCPL, you've only battled once. It's season 6, and it was the Budget Draft Strikes Back. And William, you did win that battle, as you just mentioned. It's 4-0 win for you. Jared, you recall that battle. What went wrong? What are your thoughts on that loss?
Well, I thought I went into that battle prepped well, but he brought a very sneaky Gudra set that was able to set up and just start wearing down my Pokemon until I was out of Pokemon. He even had a good play where he switched into a Toxic and then just healed it right after, and I lost all my momentum.
I'm getting the sense here that when we talk, you feel that maybe you're a bit of a better battler than William. You talked about how you have more commitment than William. You stuck it through more than William. But on the record, it shows that in that one match, you lost to William. So what does it mean for you to face William this week and to potentially defeat him?
The perfect way to beat William would be to sweep him with his Kartana. I think that would be just too sweet.
You piece of shit. I fucking knew you stole it. You liar. Fuck off. Fuck it. I'm done with this interview.
Okay, so clearly William has left the interview and he is not returning, so we'll have to wrap things up here. Jared, any final thoughts before you head into your battle with William this weekend?
Well, all I can say is Dan better be ready, because when I'm done with William, there's going to be another dropout.
Where did you get those?
Don't worry about it.